Hello friends, welcome to CEC online lectures. So we had started to learn about recruitment and placement in organizations, and in the last lecture we discussed what is recruitment, what is the importance of recruitment in an organization, how a recruitment policy is designed, and what is the significance of having a good recruitment policy for an organization, and how a recruitment policy can be of a competitive advantage for the organizations. So today we are going to move further and learn about some terms that are often used in context of recruitment and recruiting in the organizations. So these terms are recruitment and selection, induction, placement, and onboarding. So these are all terms that are used in context to recruiting of people. So are these the same or is there some difference? So we are going to learn about all these terms used. And secondly, we are going to learn about some new trends in recruitment, namely lateral recruitment, e-recruitment, high volume recruiting, social recruiting, poaching and raiding, and use of artificial intelligence in the recruitment process. So as far as the sequence of events that we just learned is concerned, the sequence goes like: first it is recruitment, then comes selection, then the placement, and then the induction or orientation, and in the end it is onboarding. So we are going to learn about each one of these in the coming section. As far as recruitment and selection is concerned, we will understand how recruitment and selection, though these terms are used collectively, but there is definitely difference between recruitment and selection. So in common terminology, we often say recruitment and selection together, but both the process of recruitment and the process of selection are different. So let's learn the differences between recruitment and selection. So as far as the meaning of both these terms is concerned, recruitment refers to searching and encouraging candidates to apply for a particular job or a particular vacancy in an organization. And selection means selecting the best candidate, offering them the job. And the approach of recruitment is positive, while the approach of selection is negative. Now, why we feel that recruitment is a positive process and selection is a negative process? It is because of the objectives of both these processes. Now, the objective of recruitment is inviting more and more people, that is attracting more and more people to apply for a vacant post. So here, that is why we say it is a positive approach, because we are calling people, we are inviting people, we want more and more people to come and apply for the vacant post. However, selection is a negative approach because here we are rejecting majority of the people and choosing only the ones who are suitable for the particular job. So that is why we say that recruitment is a positive process and selection is a bit negative. Now, the key factor of recruitment is that we are advertising the job. So the basic purpose is advertising and calling people on the basis of those advertisements. And the key factor for selection is appointing the candidate. And the sequence of events, if we compare the sequence of the processes, then recruitment comes first and selection comes second. And the contractual relation of both, we can say that a recruitment involves communication of vacancies only. So we are just advertising and we are communicating the vacancies to the potential candidates, but there is no contractual relation between the potential employee and the employer. So there are no contractual relations in recruitment. However, when we talk of selection, definitely it involves contractual agreement between the employee and the employer. So that is how we can differentiate recruitment from selection. So the next process after selection comes placement. So as the name itself suggests, so placement word is derived from placing somebody. So it is a process of assigning a specific job to each of the selected candidates. And it involves assigning a specific rank also, and responsibilities are given to the individuals. And it implies matching the requirements of a job with the qualifications of the candidate. So it takes place after we have selected the right candidate for the particular post. So thus, placement may include initial assignment of a job to new employee, and it can be for a person who is on transfer, anybody who has been promoted or demoted of the present employee. Then the importance of placement, if we discuss that why and how is placement important. So it has been quite evident from various researches that when you put the right people in the right job, then it reduces their absenteeism. If I'm not able to understand my job, if I'm not skilled properly to perform my job, then obviously I will be a work shirker. I will not feel like going to my job and going to the organization doing my job. So if I am placed well, then it definitely reduces absenteeism. Then it also helps in reducing employee turnover. So absenteeism, constant absenteeism can lead to employee turnover or employee leaving the job. Then it also helps in reducing accident rates. So if I'm skilled and skilled in my particular area, in my particular domain, then obviously there will be lesser wastage, lesser accidents. Then a good placement also avoids candidate job misfit. So most of the organizations are not aware of the fact that there has to be a fit between the candidate and the job. But now they have started working on this aspect also, because a good candidate job fit improves employee morale, and it helps the candidate to work as per the predetermined objectives of the organization. So after placement, the next event or the next process is the induction and orientation. So both these terms are synonymous and they are used mostly interchangeably. So what is induction or what is orientation? Well, it is the process of introducing a new hire to a job and the organization as well, giving all the necessary information required to start work. So whenever we join a new organization, new job, we need certain introduction to what I am going to do, where I'm going to sit, and whom am I going to report to. So all these informations are given during the induction or the orientation. So let's quickly understand the purpose of induction or orientation. It is basically done to welcome a new employee, inform about the organizational culture, who all are the we can say the owners of the organization, the founders of the organization, and what have been their philosophy, their vision of that particular organization, and what is the organizational culture like. So all these aspects of the organization are informed to the new hire. Then they are also introduced to their team and the co-workers, so that they can have the understanding of their job. So all the team members are introduced. Then it helps them to understand how their work will be connected to his co-workers, and informing them about the policies of the organization. It can be your regulatory policies, HR policies. So all these policies are also informed to the new hire, and they are also told or informed or given an insight that how their individual work is going to be interrelated to the work of the co-workers or the team members. Then another purpose of induction is to give the necessary information. These are small informations, but they are helpful in making the new employee comfortable in the new environment. So it gives the necessary information about the canteen, the lunch period, the rest hours, the convenience facilities, etc. Now, if we talk of the significance of induction, we can again say that it reduces the new employee's anxieties and provides him an opportunity to know about the organization and its people. So we all know the first day of our job is a very crucial one, and it involves lots of mixed emotions. We are happy, we are excited, and we might be a bit fearful, not knowing the environment where we are going to do our job. So when you have a good induction process, it will reduce the employees anxieties. Secondly, it helps the new employees in knowing the expectations of the organization and its people. Now, that is very important as far as the employee perspective is concerned. If I am joining a new organization, a new job, I must know myself that what does the organization expect from me, so that the organization and I am on the same page. So if I think something else and the organization expects something else, there will be a misfit. There will be a miscommunication and misunderstandings. That will definitely impact my performance. So it is very important for the employee to know what the organization and what my team and what my supervisor or my manager expects from me. So it is during the process of induction that the new employee comes to know of all these expectations, both from the organization and the supervisor. Then induction also fosters a uniform understanding among the employees about the company's objectives, policies, principles, and strategies. So that is again important as far as the new employee is concerned, the new hire is concerned. So he or she doesn't know that what are the current objectives, what is the vision of an organization, what are the various principles, policies, what strategies the organizations are going to adopt in the coming future. So that is important, and in the induction phase all these aspects are informed and discussed with the new hire. Now, as I already stated, that the first day is crucial because the new employee remembers it for years. I'm sure you all must have great memories of your first day in college or first day in your job if you're working. So a well managed induction, it leaves a lasting impression on the minds of new employee, and it improves their morale. So they feel valued, they feel wanted in the organization when they are welcomed and they are informed about all these small as well as big things of the organization. So by making new employee understand the social, the technical, the cultural aspects of the workplace, induction makes him a part of the social fabric of the organization, and it increases the sense of belonging. So by having a good induction program, you can increase the sense of belonging of a new employee, new hire in the organization, so that he or she is well adjusted in the social fabric of the organization. So after induction comes the onboarding. So this is a new term that we hear in HR domain. So it is just a part of the recruitment and selection process, and it is more holistic in nature. It includes long-term relationship-based programs, the mentoring schemes, and buddy systems. Some organizations call it as buddy systems, which are basically designed to facilitate the employees' understanding of their organization and how to apply their skills effectively. So this is somehow, and we can say, an extension of the induction program. But onboarding again has very crucial implications for employees. So onboarding is more about interpersonal processes, and it is thus less structured. So we talked of the induction process. So induction is more structured, where we know A, B, C, D, a list is there that has to be informed to the employee. But as far as the onboarding is concerned, it is more of developing trust, developing a good relationship with the new hire, and it is, that is why we say it is less structured. So we don't have a list of to-do list like 1 2 3. No, there is no such structured list that we have to do while onboarding. So here we are basically connecting. So it connects the understanding with performance. So onboarding programs help deliver context and understanding, and it is a comprehensive two-way process for sharing knowledge, communicating values, building connections, and managing compliance. And its ultimate goal is to transform a new hire into a confident and empowered team member. So the goal here is less of information sharing and more of transforming the new hire into competent, confident, and empowered employees. So onboarding is an umbrella term for the process that spans the full new hire journey. So it is very important. It starts when the contract is signed. It includes the very beginning of day one and continues through a new hire's first days and weeks on the job, including the induction and the orientation, of course. And it can last until the new employee is fully settled in the new role, regardless of whether that takes 2 weeks, 2 months, or a complete year. So, as I said, it is not a structured process to do. Onboarding is a continuous process up till and until the new hire is fully settled, fully comfortable, fully acclimatized in the new role. So it may take 2 weeks, 2 months, or even a complete year. So even during that complete year, you will be in the onboarding process itself. So now let's understand the importance of onboarding, because this is a very crucial aspect of the recruitment and selection process. Now it allows the new hires to become adjusted and acclimatized, and the HR teams discuss how the new hire can contribute to the organizational goals within his or her role. And it also discusses about various career development opportunities, the mentorship programs that can provide employee with a chance to understand and appreciate what the company offers. So all these informations are also shared with the new employee so that he feels more adjusted and more acclimatized. It also improves performance of both the employee as well as the organization. So companies that have an onboarding process, they can boast of 50% greater new hire productivity when compared to those who don't have any onboarding procedure at all. So these are basically evidences from research that the companies that have good onboarding processes, they can have 50% greater productivity, new hire productivity, when compared to organizations that do not have any onboarding procedure, or even if they might have an onboarding, it is not an effective onboarding process. So one of the clearest benefits of employee onboarding has for an organization is its impact on the productivity rates, the productivity of the new hire here we are talking of. So definitely onboarding improves the performance of both the employee as well as the organization. Now another significance of onboarding is that it makes the new hires more engaged with the company. See, the onboarding experience is vital as it demonstrates the organization's dedication to the employees, thereby creating engaged employees with a strong connection to the company. So when a new hire feels valued, feels wanted, so they are definitely going to become more engaged. And we have already learned of employee engagement and how engagement is often associated with higher profits. When an employee is engaged, he puts in his passion, he puts in his involvement, he puts his dedication into work, and always walks an extra mile for the success of the organization. So he or she is not performing only the duties or responsibilities assigned to him. He is going an extra mile. He is putting in discretionary effort, we can say, while performing his job. So that is a very important aspect as far as the profits or performance of the organization is concerned. So engagement is often associated with higher profits, lower absenteeism because we when we put in our passion, when we put in our extra efforts, it is a tendency that the employees are going to enjoy their job. So thereby, when there is lesser absenteeism, there will be lesser turnover rates. There is better safety records and higher product quality. So all these positive aspects are associated with engagement, and engagement comes from a good onboarding experience that an employee might experience while he is joining the new job. So it also helps the organizations retain new employees. So onboarding is also crucial because once the new hire is acclimatized and engaged with the company, they are more likely to stick around. So we can say that onboarding has a great impact on the retention of employees. So retaining employees, we all know, is vital because a high turnover can be a costly affair for an organization, and no organization wants its people to just quit or leave. So high attrition rates must be avoided, and that can be done with the help of a good onboarding process. So after discussing all these benefits or importance of onboarding, we can easily conclude that onboarding can also save cost for the organization, because recruiting a new hire is expensive. It costs immensely to fill a position, and if the new hire leaves after few months, it's a pricey exercise. But an effective onboarding process saves money because there is less turnover or risk of having an employee leave due to inadequate training. So it also another interesting aspect or an interesting significance of onboarding is that it reduces the learning time. So when with a formal we can say structure and effective training materials, onboarding cuts the time it takes for an employee to become productive. So if I am not clear with my goals, or if I'm not clear with the expectations of my organization, if I do not know what I have to do, how I have to do, what resources I have to do my job, obviously my productivity will be diminished. But in a good structured onboarding, we can have an effective training material whereby the time I will take to learn my job will be reduced. So a speedier process ensures a more productive learning curve, and there are studies that has shown that employees who undertake longer onboarding programs, they can gain full proficiency, that is 34% faster than those in shorter ones. So greater the onboarding program, the greater is the proficiency of a new hire. So it increases the likelihood also of attaining goals, because onboarding not only helps engage and train new hires, but it also helps them reach their goals within the organization. And it has been found that 77% of employees who reach their first performance goal completed formalized onboarding. This drops to 49% when no formal onboarding training has been provided. So these are very significant figures, that 77% of employees reach their performance goal when they have a formalized, effective onboarding. But if there has been no formal onboarding training, the performance has dropped to 49%. So the reason behind this is that onboarding provides a clear direction to a goal and nurtures new hires until they meet that goal, thereby increasing their chances of success. So that was all about the various terminologies that we use when we talk of recruiting people. We learnt of the difference between recruitment and selection. We learnt of how employees are placed in the placement process, how they are induced, induction and orientation is there. And then we also learned in great strength about the onboarding process, which is a very crucial aspect, and this is, we can say, the end of the recruitment process. The entire recruitment process comes to an end when the onboarding is complete. And we also learned about how onboarding can be effective and what advantages it can give to the organization. So it is very important for the HR people to design a good and an effective onboarding programs. So we'll learn about some other trends of recruiting in the next lecture. Thank you.